Oh, I guess we back at it again. What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hustle. Yes, this is the best money channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my previews and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Kick and Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video, which click the title of every video at the bottom of the description. All my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or a video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for, right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members. We are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be your family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get them notifications, it's going to be some information that's going to help you win, keep you informed, or keep you entertained. So you know how we get down over here on this channel. We talk about the new scams, the new methods, the new bank scams, the new bank methods, the dark world, the dark web. We talk about everything that's going on in today's life. They got so many new people and young people trying to get into this world and make some quick, fast cash. Now, a lot of people have probably heard about the dark web and dark websites, and you can buy all these different type of things on there. But a lot of people really don't understand what is going on the dark web. A lot of people are confused about this dark world that people are in when it comes to different scams and fraudulent and hacking and what cybersecurity things. People go off what they see and what they hear, and most of the time, both of those are inaccurate information that they're receiving. So while they have the inaccurate information, it's stored in their brain. When somebody tries to tell them the proper or correct information, they don't think it's real because they believe what they seen. They believe what they register in their head, right? So let's start from the beginning, right? So scams and fraud have been going on forever. But as the world evolved, so did the methods and the scams, because most scams and methods surround real ways that someone can get some money, point blank period. And the world evolved in ways that it made it easier for people and also made it easier for these things to happen. So let's think about it. 20 years ago, there was no such thing as mobile apps. These banks didn't have a mobile app for you to go on the phone, and there was no iPhones, there was none of this stuff, right? 20 years ago, cars used to be embossed. Not too long ago, cars were still embossed. So when I say embossed, meaning that instead of printing on the back, the information printed on the back of the card, they were embossed. And it was like you can like the numbers were stamped into the card, the name was stamped into the card, so you can actually like feel it. It was like braille. As the world evolved, they came out with cars with chips, tap pay, mobile apps. Then they even made it easier for people to send and receive and store money. Because back in the day, the only way you can possibly send money to somebody out of town, out of state, was through Walmart to Walmart, Western Union, and MoneyGram. Only way you can send money to somebody out of town, out of state, out of the country. Those are the only three ways you can do that. And then they said, you know what? Let's make it easier. So they developed Cash App, Venmo, Zelles, PayPal's, Chimes, Apple Pays, ways for people to spend money, receive money, and store money easier, right? So all these third-party fintech companies came out, right? Now, technology has been around for a very long time. And without technology, none of these things will be possible. Now I know a lot of y'all probably thinking the no don't has not put the connected the dots with technology. Man created technology. A man took this and took that, put together, and said, "Hey, we got light, right?" And man created everything. Man created signals, waves, all these different type of things for us to be able to have Wi-Fi, for us to be able to FaceTime, text message, because text messaging came out in 1992. The first wave of texting came out in 1992. And a lot of people probably don't know this. Like, it gets real with technology. You see, because a lot of people understand when things first come out, it might not get the reaction that some people might think it should get. But when it is done by somebody else and they put it to a bigger light, then that's when people start to notice it. So text messaging came out in 1992, but more people didn't start learning about text messages until the two-way pagers came out. That's when text messaging became popular. Now, why am I talking about text messaging? Why am I talking about all this? Because at the end of the day, all this is due to technology, right? So you fast forward it. Now we got iPhones. We got so many different things that we can do to communicate. We got servers, databases. You can communicate with anybody on gaming systems, PlayStation, Xboxes, PCs. You can communicate with people through these applications as far as Instagram, Snapchat, all these different places now that we have to communicate and reach somebody and find somebody and talk to somebody and see somebody. See somebody. Yeah. The first wave of video FaceTiming wasn't on phones. It was on computers. Things like what was it? Vivo or something. It was like different streaming apps that you can download and FaceTime people, right? And then they transferred it to the phones. 2000 whenever the first year the first iPhone had a camera on it, that's when you can FaceTime. So I think it was like 2009 or something like that, or 10 or something like that. But the first wave of communication came through laptops and computers, where you can FaceTime somebody and talk to them while they're at home. There wasn't no phones. Then they gravitated to phones. So technology has evolved from that to this. Now we can live stream in real time. Now we can talk to people in real time from across the world and across different databases and places due to technology. Now, the dark web. The dark web is a place. Now, when I say the dark web, a lot of people probably think the dark web is just this fraternity or whatever that you just gotta have. No, it's all it is accessing a different part of the internet that is hidden. All it is VPNs, Tor browser, or a no trace pen, and knowing different URLs to different sites, going through Tor browser, DuckDuckGo, and all these different places, right? So as the world evolved, internet evolved, everything was transformed to the dark web. Now I know we all have heard about jailbroken phones. Like when you get a jailbreak phone, it unlocks access to more applications to do cool things and things like that. Phones have been jailbroken for a very long time. I was getting phones jailbroken when I was a kid. And this was the first wave of software hacking. Getting your phone jailbroken, being able to do cool things on it, right? And this is when, back in the day. Now it's to the point where people are jailbreaking applications and websites. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, man created technology. Technology was created AI, which is artificial intelligence, and man created Chat GPT. So Chat GPT is a place where you can go and you can basically ask it questions, create pictures for you, do anything and everything that you needed to do. And you can get the coded and the scripts and the APKs and all this information that you need to any application that you want. So what fraudsters and scammers and hackers have done is they took all that information from the Chat GPT, jailbroke it, and put it on the dark web. So now there's Fraud GPT. And what's Fraud GPT? Fraud GPT is basically a Chat GPT of fraud. You can ask it questions. You can have it. Some GP fraud GPT sites can create websites for you. Some will create methods for you. And every fraud GPT site is not just the ultimate, just the best of the best. No, just different ones, different people, different minds, different things, different knowledge. So everybody just not gonna have a fire GPT site on the dark web. No, it also goes into play what you know about coding and things like that, and how you got your sources. So there are, due to fraud GPT sites, there have been a surge of a lot of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new sites on the dark web. Now, another question that I get all the time: why is it hard? Why can I never find a real dark website? What's a dark website? Well, first of all, dark websites are not www dot blah blah blah.com. No, they are long encrypted addresses that look like Bitcoin addresses with .ain at the end that are forbidden from posting on the clear net. So you can't post a dark web on your net on any type of place on the clear net. It's forbidden. It won't let you. So that makes it hard for people to really promote that type of link. I don't even think, yeah, you can, but so it makes it hard for you to promote those type of links on the clear net. So people, it's harder for people to find. There is a site on the dark web. Now, we're talking about sites, we're talking about technology, we're talking about all these things. Now, people know about cybersecurity. People are starting to get more aware of cybersecurity, hacking, and what it is and what it does. And there's a site on the web, on the dark web, called DuckDuckHack. Now, DuckDuckHack is basically a universe that allows people to basically get certain information from different platforms and different places and all that person would need is certain information. You know what I'm saying? So, and this place is not a just free for all place site that you can just go into. You have to pay for a membership. You got to get a law, all that good stuff like that. I end up paying for one. It was like 100 Bitcoin or something like that. Got into the site just to check it out, and on this site, it basically has whatever somebody would need: Yahoo, Google, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, all these different platforms that can be taken over with utilizing through this site right here. And it's probably powered with Kali Linux or Python or something like that. But it has that it asks for, like, you can get passwords, bank logs, anything, any information it will get for you or for that person or whoever that's on that site that's trying to utilize that site or what they ask for. So DuckDuckHack is probably what I call it, a marketplace. Mm, yeah, yeah. I mean, I told y'all before, a lot of these sites on the dark world are starting to have GPTs on them. Like, everybody's starting to have GPT on them because that's driving more traffic to their site, because everybody want to create something and get something. Like I said, these GPT sites can get information for you. It can get, for whoever that's using it, can get certain information that you wouldn't believe, CCs and fools and all different type of stuff. So it just all depends on how that platform or was created, right? So DuckDuckHack, and like I said, the websites on the dark web is not www dot blah blah blah.com. No, they're long encrypted websites that you cannot post on ClearNet, social media platforms, and that. So I would not be doing that. Staying within the guidelines. We just talking about it. We have educated conversations about it, awareness, and but this place is it has strong because, like I told y'all, people are starting to get more into the ransomwares, not the ransomware, more of the malwares, and for the ATMs, and like, people are starting to understand what all technology can do, and it's very interesting. So people are starting to learn more into the technology world, and a lot of people are. And it's a lot of people that's not trying to learn. They're just trying to do something that they can get them a quick 10, 20, $30,000, and it don't work like that. People got to understand that this world, you got to act a certain way, talk a certain way, think a certain way to even be able to understand what's going on. And people, everybody lacks. That's a lot of people that does not have common sense at all. So lacking common sense is not going to help you in this world at all. Like I said, it's a lot of people that go on here having the mind frame and thinking that they can just go on here, buy stolen goods, and go use these stolen goods and have things sent to their house without them getting in trouble. I did a whole reaction video on this white couple or these white kids who got some information off some dark website, ordered some things off eBay, some clothes and all that, some goofy stuff, and sent the stuff to their house. But the problem was the personal information that they used got the notifications and they called the police and it literally said where the stuff was going, and that's what the people who use the car like silly. So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on out here in this real crazy world that we all living in. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel, there's always a victim. It might be a bank, it might be you, it might be me, it might be all three. So like I tell you guys all the time, make sure you guys are getting your Norton LifeLock to monitor all your financial and social media accounts to make sure no suspicious funny activity is going on. And then to monitor the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is on there floating around. So make sure you guys get your Norton LifeLock. Make sure you guys are freezing all three of your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, experience, so nobody can get anything in your name. And make sure you guys are getting new credit card and debit card numbers every so often. We get these cards and they expire in 6, 7, 8 years, and we never get new cards. And every time we use this card, it's ended up on a new database, and there's always a new database compromised, leak, or hack. So prevent that from happening. Just every so often, get a new card with new information. So if it was to happen, and that old card information was on a database leak or hack, it won't be valid, it won't work, and you'll be safe. All right. So it's just all about knowing what's going on, being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware because this life is real that we all live in. All right. So shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me to keep going. Y'all motivate me to keep dropping the sauce, and y'all motivate me to keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limited gyms are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing them for 600. Yeah, 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know you payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 260. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the on the crypto tour in person limited gyms, 3,500. Make sure y'all book your seal the month long mentorship 750 comes with a free 1K load. Don't miss out on the opportunity. 20 to 25K on the flow. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram, the Potato app, and Discord Millionaire Network. Still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, TikTok, Snapchats, Discord, Kick. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives, and make sure y'all getting in or y'all fit in with these loads. All right, 125 and up. Cash App, Bitcoin, Apple Pay payment. Y'all see what's going on. So let's make it happen. All right, send them screenshots when y'all ready and let's get to work. All right, and with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how to get down in these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.